Now, basic training about HPLC by VJ Consultancy, Pharma Division. Today, we are discussing about the HPLC. The full name of HPLC means High Performance Liquid Chromatography. Liquid chromatography. It is the first ever described chromatography method by Mr. Twist in 1903. Unlikely gas chromatography, a sample in liquid chromatography must be vaporized, so almost all kind of compound can be analyzed by liquid chromatography. The development of instrumental liquid chromatography was later than for gas chromatography because of the higher pressure need for the former. HPLC is considered to be the major chromatography technique available today for non-volatile and or heat sensitive substance samples in API and food industries. A little story about the HPLC. The official date of birth of chromatography is the 21st March 1903 in Washington with Michael Stewart was presented at the Congress of the Polish Natural Science Society. A new class of absorbent phenomena, their application in biochemical analysis, the use for that about the separation and purification of vegetal pigment, a mixture of chlorophyls and xanthophylls on a check column. Little story. There are many scientists are updating this HPL system. 193T, Mr. Richardson, 195 to upgrade the element, 1960, beginning of the HPLC, 1969, the Fifth International Society. The term of HPLC is appropriate for the separation to the of an size. It is particularly of the stationary phase are not larger about 10 micrometers. The fundamental of definition, chromatography, a physical method of separation which the component to be separated are distributed between two phases, one of the which is stationary phase and one other mobile phase in different direction. Stationary phase, one of the two phases forming a chromatograph system. It may be solid or gel or liquid. It may be distributed on solid. The solid may or may not contribute the separation process. The liquid may also be chemical bonded to the bond solid. A principle of liquid chromatography, liquid used as mole phase moving along the tube user column. The stationary phase and the mole phase are correctly selected. The detector connected to the column. the peak elevation corresponded to the area. Simplified this scheme of the chromatography application process. Injector time 0, detector flow of the mobile phase in start with column. T time 5 minutes, ABC like that. This is the most interaction with surface and last. Main model liquid chromatography. There are several modes of high performance liquid chromatography. There are classifications according to the mechanism of the separation. Each mode corresponded to the given the kind of interaction. Surface absorbance, solvent, annexation, and size exclusion. Absorbance chromatography. The stationary phase is solid. Retention is due to series of absorber and deposition step. Separation is based on mainly difference between the absorbance of the samples. Silica and alumina are the most used in stationary phase. Partition of the chromatography. The stationary phase is a liquid coated and linked with solid support. There are two types of liquid chromatography, two modes in liquid chromatography: normal phase and reverse phase. In normal phase, polar stationary phase and non-polar mobile phase using. In reverse phase, non-polar stationary phase and more polar mobile phase used in the system. There are different types of ion exchange chromatography. The stationary phase has an ionical charge group at the surface. There are other is size exclusion chromatography. The stationary phase is portion material having control for size. Dependent for size, they can do analysis. Size exclusion continue. In this mode, each column can separate solid having specific size range. Size range. Large molecule include the four not retained at first elute. Small molecule parameter into process, strong retain last elute. Importance of polarity in HPLC. The polarity play fundamental role in HPLC. They can be described as being polar and non-polar, wide range of polarity between the polar, most polar and non-polar. Most mobile phase composition, there are two types of system in mobile phase: isoteric and gradient. Isoteric in the is this procedure the composition of the mobile phase remain constant during the alien process all the completed up to until up to the analysis. Radiant system element. In this procedure, the composition of the mole phase is changed continuously, step by step, during the alien process as per the method. During the solid transfer in the column, it shows typically broadening due the diffusion. The solvent band with increased retention time, giving a typically peak broadening. The chromatographic characteristic parameter, there are detector single TR and TM, date time, retention time. TR is the main of the samples. Basically, compare with standard. Some fundamental element. How to calculate return time. It is a factor. You can see it in this slide. Column polarity, prosperity, all they are equal equation. Column efficiency is the most factor during the analysis. You can calculate like in according to the slide. Column selectivity also one factor when you doing analysis of ADL trial, first trial. Resolution also most important between two neighboring peaks. You can see the slide and compare the resolution between the samples and two samples. How to calculate resolution, you can see the slide in calculation. HPLC equipment, now I'm talking about HPLC equipment. Basically, it's need solvent gradient pump, simple injector, pumping system, detector, data processing, and waste of the solvent. Main parts is a column, part of the column. Engineer HPLC equipment is look like that. Different company has a different HPLC model, but I like HPLC engineering system. I prefer. Water also very good. Siemens is very good. Different company has a different HPLC system and different software to handle it. Main there are require mobile phase storage requirement, filtration degassing requirement, HPLC pump system requirement, auto sampler requirement, column box and oven system requirement, column unit is must. Injector volume is also very good, and detection unit, detector unit like UV and PDA, VDF detector, PDA. The mobile phase is most important in HPLC analysis. In the HPLC, the quality of the mobile phase is crucial. The solvent is either waste or organic. All solvents should be in HPLC grade, like acetonitrile, methanol. All are use HPLC grade maybe in the system is good and separation is very good if you're using HPLC grade solvents. In HPLC grade, all solvents should be degassed priority to use for HPLC. Degassing also most important, and filtered to 0.2 microfilter of the mobile phase. Pump position. According to this slide, there are pump positionings require like that. Is the most widespread pumping system used in HPLC. Motor, transmission, position, solvent link, inlet, solvent outlet. Injection system in HPLC is also most important. The base injection device uses switching 6 spots valve with a sampling loop. There are six loops. Now, all the HPL system has six loops in new upgraded system. Load position, column, outlet, sample, mobile phase. There are six loops and samples, mobile phase, column, sample loop, outload, inject position. The HPLC column is also most important, is the heart of the HPLC system. Most stationary phase are chemically bonded to the solid support, which means a greater solubility, stability of this substance. Detection of the HPLC column detector also most important. There are different type of detector: UV detector, PD detector, different index detector. UV is the detector is most using the in HPLC currently using HPLC. It is simpler and cheapest detector. That's why, and is the most widely used detector in HPLC. It is a solid property detector. The mobile phase must not significantly absorb in the measure of the wavelength. UV detector with photo array. According to this slide, you can see the image of the UV detector, how to function that detector use. Thank you for watching this my slide. Thank you very much.